energy, the brain will say, okay, every time we turn this negative thing on, they feel better after redirecting. So let's just cut out the middleman. The brain will stop turning on the negative thought and you'll just feel better. So now this is a very simplistic and a very, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't find the word, but it's a very simplistic explanation. Elementary, that's the word I'm looking for. Yay. It's a very elementary explanation of how the brain works. So this doesn't work, if any of you, before you come in with comments like, oh, what about severe, this, that, and the other? I'm not talking about severe. I'm just talking about the natural process of the brain, okay? Not severe, but just everyday, day-to-day thought processes, associations, generalizations, how you light up particular neural networks and not others. So the way that the brain turns on neural networks, it works in the positive and in the negative equally. Your brain doesn't give a shit, right? 95% of how we function day to day is through the unconscious mind. And that part of your brain, that 95%, it doesn't care what problems you have. It has no judgments. It makes no meaning. It just has a job to do. Conserve energy, keep you safe. It doesn't care if you're happy or sad, good or bad, positive, negative, fulfilled, unfulfilled. It does not care. It has a job to do and it does its job. It keeps you alive. It conserves energy. It's the conscious mind that makes judgments. It's the conscious mind that cares. It's the conscious mind that makes meaning about whether we're happy or sad, good, bad, positive, negative, fulfilled, unfulfilled. That was a long explanation to a very simple question. Sorry, you guys. Yeah, Renee, go ahead. But people who struggle with some of these concepts on a day-to-day basis, and they can't wrap their head around how to integrate what they learn inside of their thinking patterns. They just can't seem to change it on their own. That's why they work with me, because they need someone to guide them and show them how to do it. So that's what I'm there to do. Wait, Anthony, I want to think how I'll feel when the task is done. Okay. As motivation, but don't want to forget to do it. Oh. Well, it has to have meaning for you. I mean, the things that have the biggest meaning for us are going to be the things that stay on the surface, right? So if you're bombarded with a lot of other tasks that you feel a sense of urgency over doing, then the smaller tasks will take a back seat. So when it comes to the simple things, just, you may have to just go to simple reminders, or maybe when, if you have a really hectic day at work and you're thinking I want to go to the gym, you're not really going to think about the gym all day while you're at work. But when you get home and the day is done, it might occur to you, okay, I really should go to the gym. So sometimes you have to use this kind of thinking at the time that the thoughts come up. So either that, or you just use simple organizational processes of, setting alarms for yourself, or waking up in the morning and taking 2 minutes to focus on how great it's going to feel when you go to the gym tonight, and start to see yourself doing the workout and picking out the clothes you're going to wear. Put the gym shoes and the gym clothes on the floor so it's easier to do the habit. So a lot of things, when it comes to doing things we don't want to do, you have to do two things when it comes to creating new habits of things you're wanting to do. Is one, you have to make the habit you don't want, I'm going to call that the bad habit, right? You have to make the bad habit very difficult to do and make the good habit very easy to do. So if you're wanting to go to the gym more, you're wanting to go out walking more, go out running more, make it super easy to do. Clear your schedule. Put the running shoes and the workout clothes where you can see them. Pick them out the night before. Have everything ready to go. So all you have to do is get dressed. Focus on how good it's going to feel when you're done, how accomplished you'll feel, how energized you are, how clear your mind is, how things that were stressing you out before don't really stress you out now because you feel really good. You've got those endorphins kicking, right? So it's things like that. It's just to change the way that you're looking at it and to make the habit you're wanting to do very easy to do. James, I know, I could not, elementary was just stuck in my brain. We don't want to make it at top of list. Yeah, sometimes, sometimes I know some people will ask, like, there are these things that I don't want to do. Can you force my brain to do them? I'm like, I can't force your brain to do anything. There has to be some level of desire to begin with. But if you're all out, like, I'm full on resistant to the concept of this, I can't make your brain do anything. You have to open up and invite me in. I'm not a magician. I wish I was. Sometimes I feel like I am. Some clients tell me that they am. And I'm not taking that in an egotistical way. They're expressing that it feels magical to them to feel differently. But yeah. Self-talk. Oh, that's a big one. You've got to control how you talk to yourself. You've got to. How to not be reactive when others are being rude. Yeah, Talisa, I think that's how you say that, Talisa. That's a great question, and that is actually a really big issue that people ask me to help them with. And it involves a lot of steps, right? But I think on surface level, as we're talking here in a live, as much advice as I can really give on that without actually changing your neural networks. But in cases like that, it's important for you to really understand that other people are who they are. And you can't expect yourself in other people. So if what your values are, really define clearly what your values are for yourself. And if kindness is a big value for you, then take pride in that, take comfort in that. Know who you are. Know that you value kindness. So when someone else is being rude, you can observe, like, that person doesn't value kindness in the way that I do. I'm seeing their behavior as rude, and you can choose whether or not to participate in it. And you can, if you can't just walk away from it, you can still understand that person is just expressing themselves in the way that they see fit in this moment. I don't understand it myself, but I don't have to, because the way that they are expressing themselves in the preferred way they're choosing to do it actually has nothing to do with me. I know who I am, I know what I value, and I can stand proud inside of that. And so it's about just allowing other people to just be who they are, how they are, knowing it has nothing to do with you. I hope that helps. Yeah, so user 81, I think the same answer applies. That you just have to understand that. Yes, thank you so much. You just have to understand that other people are going to be who they are. They are not going to have the same values as you. They didn't make the same meanings to things that you did. They didn't have the same experiences, and you don't have to understand it. You can observe it and then make a choice. Do I want to participate in this or not? Is this the kind of person I want to be around or not? Do I want to know this person? Do I want to invite them in my life in any way? And if they're people you're stuck with, if it's a work environment, a family situation, you try to limit your contact with them. Or, I've also been around people that I had to be around, and just understanding they're not my people. Hey, Jenny, just knowing that person's just not my people. And just realizing that they're going to do what they do. I don't want to be involved. So I don't get caught up in whatever drama or spitting out in the moment. I just I just remove myself from it. I don't offer them any of my power of who I am by caring about what they're saying. Who cares if they're being rude or difficult? That's what they're choosing to do. It's just not what you choose to do. So it's different.